Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and if you're a Reform UK supporter, I've got some exciting news for you, and if you're a Labour supporter, then maybe not quite as exciting, because a new poll has found that the Reform UK party are now more favourable with voters than the Labour Party. Nigel Farage's party is favourable. Now, this is very favourable. This means people who would actually like to vote for the party with 28% compared to Labour's 27%. But the biggest finding in this poll is that those who are really turned off by the Reform UK party sits at around 41% of the public, which means that 60% of the public, 59 to be precise, do see likeable characteristics in the Reform Party, and if you don't dislike a party in politics, it's possible you may well vote for that party. But the Labour Party are a whopping 47% of people are completely turned off by Keir Starmer's party. So that's around 6% of the population would be more likely, doesn't necessarily mean they will, vote for the Reform Party over the Labour Party. Now, that means that the most popular politician over the last 10 years is still Nigel Farage, and the most popular, not the party that gets the most votes, the most popular party amongst all people in the UK is now Reform UK. And this follows what we've been saying on this channel, where I've been saying although Reform UK only got 14% of the vote, that doesn't mean a lot when you're asking, are people in favour, and would people like to vote that party with the heart? Because the big problem we have in this country is the fear of the big two. If you're in an area which the Conservatives are the party that you like the least, you will vote for the party that you believe will stop them winning. So in most cases, that's always been the Labour Party. If you're in an area where you really dislike the Labour Party, you are going to vote the next best party that can beat them, the Conservative Party. Although many people on both of them sides, as this poll shows, actually favour Reform UK. And of course the Reform UK are favourable with around 60% of the population. Look at what they stand for. They stand for controlled migration. That's supported by 75% of the population. They're against illegal immigration. That's supported around about 85% of the population. So the Reform UK have got the policies. They've now got the characters in charge that can take the party to the next level. The one big hurdle they must do is now make people believe that they can win. That if you're in an area where you have a Labour MP and you want rid of that Labour MP, that the Reform Party can win. And if you're in an area where it's a Conservative and you want rid of that Conservative MP, that Labour can win. Or, in fact, if you want to stop one of them two parties getting in, the Reform Party can do it. Now, how can the Reform Party do this? Well, they've got 5 years and they've got time on their hands. So if you look back at the UKIP, the problem UKIP had is it was popular before the general election and then it fizzled out when the general election came. Mainly because David Cameron said if the Conservatives won, he would call the referendum. And of course, just like 2019 with Boris Johnson, that sent sways of UKIP and the Brexit Party supporters over to the Conservatives. Now, the better thing this time is that the Reform UK party have hit that 14-15% base before the local elections. By doing it at the general election now means that they have a base to use the next 5 years to build on that. Now, if they win by-elections for MP seats, by-elections for council seats, but most importantly, winning at local elections, standing in every seat and getting that popular vote right up into the mid-20s, possibly even 30%, will give people 5 years of seeing them winning here, there and everywhere. And then in 2029, people will believe that the Reform Party can win. Now, the big obvious other advantage they've got to UKIP is that they actually have sitting MPs. They've actually got people who've won at a general election, and most importantly, Nigel Farage is now an MP. He is seen as a winner. Now, for those of us that followed politics for a while, we know Nigel Farage has always been a winner, whether it was the European elections or whether it was getting Brexit done without even being an MP. But you need to remember that most people don't follow politics like me and you do. Most people just see the headlines in the newspaper or the rubbish that the mainstream media playing out there. But remember that before this general election, the mainstream media keep going on about how many times Nigel Farage had lost. They kept down talking the chances of the Reform Party winning. They did the Channel 4 documentary a week before the general election. But this time, I think it's going to be very different. Now, I'm going to have to eat my words because a few weeks ago I said it would be impossible for the Reform Party to win the general election unless they did some type of merger with the Conservatives. Well, I must say I'm slowly but surely beginning to think the impossible is possible, and hopefully the way the trend is going, there will be hiccups along the way. The Conservatives, depending on the leader, they will get a spike in popularity. But considering now that I think the Reform Party are going to keep winning Labour voters more than any other voters, I'm beginning to think it's possible that we could see Nigel Farage in number 10. And thank you all for watching, and can I please ask you all to like, share and especially subscribe so we can get these videos out to as many people as possible. I'll see you next time.